Hey everybody, I'm Mark, and today I want to talk to you guys about how I became paralyzed from the neck down. So, started on March 20th, 2010. I was 16 years old, and I remember waking up that morning, got my breakfast. I went down to the basement. I was watching TV. A former girlfriend of mine asked me, would you like to come over, hang out, you know, with her and the guys? And I immediately said, like, nah, I'm just gonna chill out today. I'm gonna chill out and we going I'm just gonna just sit here, watch TV. So I hung up the phone, and then I started continuing watching my television. Then my grandma calls. My grandma calls me, and I think my mom and my sister they were out. So I was me downstairs in the basement with my dad upstairs in the room. And yeah, grandma calls. I pick up the phone, and I start talking to grandma. Um, Grandma tells me, says what he basically we're talking for a good 10 minutes. She tells me that you should go do something. You should go outside. You should go with your friends. You should have a good day today. And she was telling me to have a good one. Don't stay in the house and just be bored and stuff like that. So she told me, you know, you should go outside. You should have some fun. So yeah, she's no longer with us. Rest in paradise, my sweet grandma. But this was 2010. This was 15 years ago. So I took her advice. Yeah, I hung up, and I called my former girlfriend. At the time, we were yeah, I called her back and said, okay, I'm gonna be there with you guys shortly. And we're gonna and I'm gonna hang out with y'all. I'm gonna hang out with y'all today. And yeah, she was excited. She was very, very happy to hear that. So I'm getting ready, putting on my clothes. I'm wearing, never forgot what I wore. I wore a white hat. It's like a white New York hat, Yankees hat, with a white shirt and red shorts. and it was the first day of spring, first day of spring. So, um, so I'm actually putting on my clothes, getting ready to go out. I then my dad um, wants me to comes in the wants me to come in the room, and I sit on his bed, and he asks me, do you want to go visit your cousin's in the hospital, he's not doing so well, do you want to go see your cousin? And I told my dad that I was gonna be hanging out with some kids in the cul-de-sac. We're gonna be playing in the cul-de-sac, and I wasn't going to the cul-de-sac, I was going somewhere else. So I was going down to the Oaks to hang out with my friends. So as I'm walking, it's about maybe 10 minutes, 15 minutes away, and I see a couple of people from school that I knew on the sidewalk while I'm walking. I give them a what's up, say like, how you doing, how's everything, and I continue to walk, and about when I get to the when I get past the intersection, I see my friend. He meets me there. We meet up. We start walking. We're talking together, and then we're all basically hanging out in the Oaks together. Yeah. Yep, I was hanging out with my former girlfriend at the time, and her family. I was we were just all chilling, and then she says she has to go to the harbor, the inner harbor. She's gonna go meet some people there. So we didn't hang out that long, just saw our family, said hi and everything like that. And then I'm basically giving her like a hug, telling her like, yeah, all right, you enjoy yourself, at the harbor and things like that. I'ma just hang out with the fellas. So it was me and my friends with hanging out, us two. It was three of us. So we're just going on like random places, random spots, and we're hanging out. We having a good time, and it not only was it the first day of spring, but it was also a free day at Rita's. So I got 2 ice creams. Yeah, I got 2 ice creams from Rita's. So yeah. So I remember us just hanging around. I'm doing my somersaults, front flips, and all that. Trying to impress my friends and things like that. We then go to like some apartments, meet up some other friends, some other people, say what's up. Just walking around and not really doing much, but it was just good to hang out with them and things like that. So yeah, it was about when we got that call. It was maybe about one something, and then I stayed with them until about, it was 5:55. I never forget the time. It was 5:55 p.m. when I was about to start heading back home. So 5:55 p.m. was the time, and after I got done talking and hanging out with the homies for a little bit, it was all good vibes. It was very great. It was very very great. Being able to hang out with the homies and things like that. But yeah, it was a good day. You know, leading up to it and things like that. So yeah, so like I was saying, it was 5:55 p.m. when I was heading back home. So I was heading back home, and last thing I remember was walking past the CD store and looking up at the sky. And that's it. That was my last memory. And after I look up at the sky, I wake up in the hospital. Not knowing why I'm here, not knowing what happened. And they said that you were in an accident. You got hit by a car. And you are paralyzed from the neck down. That was the last thing that I remember before my entire life changed. So basically what had happened was that I was crossing the intersection. And when I was crossing the intersection, they said that me and another car collided. So, and if you guys know what a Lincoln Mark looks like, yeah, those were one of the trucks, those big trucks that hit me. I collided with a big truck, and I ended up breaking my neck on the windshield. So after I broke my neck on the windshield, I was on top of the car while it was still driving. He was going about 60 plus miles per hour. And after we collided, was still on top of the car while the car was still driving. It wasn't until that car that I was still on top of got hit by another car and totaled that car. and that's when I fell off. Right between the karate studio and the Bell Luck Diner. So when I was when I fell off the car, I was unresponsive. Like I that was probably gonna be the end of my life right there. I immediately was completely done. It was just by the grace of God, by someone, a nurse, who came out running from the Bell Lock Diner to basically keep me breathing, until the helicopter comes and flies me up to shock trauma. So, to this day, I just want to say to that nurse, thank you. Thank you so much. It's always those things of being at the right place at the right time. It's unfortunate that it had to happen that way, but I'm definitely very, very grateful that I was able to have the nurse at least keep me breathing until it flew me off to shock trauma. So when I was at shock trauma, I couldn't talk, couldn't move. My leg was broken in 3 different places, and I had a broken neck, so they had to put a halo on me to keep my neck straight, keep it stable, because it was, yeah. So keeping my neck in that position for a while, I was in and out of consciousness, was in and out. So I vaguely remember anything that happened as far as, being there and knowing what happened as far as my first maybe week. And I think I was there for maybe about 2.5 weeks. Definitely don't remember the first week. Kind of remember the second one. All I remember was that there was a wonderful, amazing nurse. Her name is Tara. Hi, Tara. I just want to say thank you, because while I was at shock trauma, I coded 3 times. Coded 3 times, and if it wasn't for the nurse saving my life, that would have been another tragedy where I would have been gone. But very, very grateful that I had amazing people in my life that were able to keep me going, keep me alive. And I just want to thank God for giving me a second chance of living. So I definitely owe this to Him, and I definitely changing my life for the better. And cause before my accident, when you go through the teenage shenanigans and things like that, you're not when you talk about being young and dumb, learning from your experiences, learning from your mistakes and things like that. But yeah, I was a reckless teenager, and I was very almost like a daredevil type, cause I always wanted to go to the extreme. And so I definitely am a better person and a better man now as I'm growing and getting older and things like that. I definitely know that I have a purpose, and I definitely know that things from now on are gonna get better for me. But yeah. So I have no recollection of what happened. I don't remember crossing the I don't remember crossing the street. I don't remember going to the intersection. I don't remember anything. All I remember was passing by the CD store, looking up at the sky. And that was my last memory. But according to one of the witnesses who told me about what happened, because I got a call from him like a couple days, like a year and a couple days later, there was he gave me a call, and he told me what happened, because there was a thing on the news and the site, website and things like that, where people were basically saying that it was pedestrian error. People were saying that I was the reason why I caused my why I was the way that I am now. They say that I was the one that wasn't watching where I was going. They said that I was the one that was running and not looking where the car was, and the car hit me and things like that. And one of the witnesses who called me a year later, who was there, says he witnessed the whole entire thing. And that's the reason why I'm able to tell you that was the reason why I know what I know about me getting hit by the car, breaking my neck on the windshield of the car, and that I was still right on top of the car when the car got totaled by another car. And that's when I was able, and that's when I fell off. The man who witnessed that told me that, and I do have I have a scar on the back of my head from the incident. Said there was a little bit of brain bleed. So I was just very, very fortunate that, you know, nothing happened where I was, you know, had any brain damage or, you know, not able to talk normally and things like that. So I'm very fortunate and very thankful, you know, because there would have been a lot worse, you know, people that are that have like brain injuries and things like that, not able to talk and not able to you know, communicate and things like that. It's very, very tough, very, very tough to um very tough to see, you know. But not only that, but I was sort of a healthy teenager. I was a healthy teenager. I, you know, worked out. I was in karate. I played sports, lots of sports. I was very athletic and things like that. Didn't have like a single broken bone um before this accident happened. I was very, very happy. I was very, very, very fit, and I was very smart. I wasn't like reckless to the point where I would just go out injuring myself and stuff like that. But I did play a lot of sports. So because I played a lot of sports, I was able to you know, being as though the healthy man that healthy teenager that I was able to that was one of the, also feel like that was one of the reasons why I was able to you know, survive that car incident. But I just want to thank the people who were there at the time, because they have a huge part in me being still here, you know. So I definitely thank them. And yeah. And I was going to Shepherd in Atlanta, Georgia. That's when I was able to get the diaphragmatic pacer. Diaphragmatic pacer is a device that they put in your side, leads that they stick through into your diaphragm to help me be able to breathe, you know, without a ventilator. So the reason why you see me without a ventilator right now is because I'm on a diaphragmatic pacer. And it's been 15 years, and I've been that was one of the reasons why we went down to Atlanta, Georgia, uh, for that, because it was a very big deal at the time. Um, and the fact that I was probably one of the first patients. I was one of the first patients to get one because it wasn't that big back then. Still not as big now, but a lot. It's a little bit more than what it was back then. There's about 2,000 people in the world with this device, the diaphragmatic pacer. So back in 2010, I was one of the first patients to ever get you know a good response from it. One of the uh, one of the doctors said that I had one of the strongest responses, as far as one of the strongest diaphragms to ever you know be. Like, they said that my diaphragm was so strong that it worked immediately. They uh they called me like a pioneer. Um, and one of my friends said that in one of the workplaces down there, they took a picture of me and my 16-year-old self. They have a picture of me on their wall when I was 16 years old, and I was like, wow. All I could say is that, man, I was very, very young. I was like, man, it's crazy. But but yeah, I'm very, very fortunate, very blessed to be where I am right now. But yeah, it was one of those touch and go moments where you just didn't know what was gonna happen. But when I realized that I was in this predicament, I always had like a positive mindset. I knew that this wasn't gonna tear me down, and every single day I always say that I have hope, and I know that one of these days I'm gonna be back on my feet and walking again, because I believe it. And sometimes it's even hard for a lot of people to accept the fact that they're not able to move from the neck down. And it's unfortunate because some of those people don't even want to be here anymore. They've given up. Given up on life. They say that this is not the way to live. They were living good lives before. They had lives before. They feel like they can't do anything. They feel like they don't have a purpose. And I'm here to say that that's not true. I say that everyone has a purpose and everyone has a mission, and everybody is here for a reason. So you can be here to inspire others, no matter what you're going through. Doesn't matter if you're not able to move your arms, your legs, if you're paralyzed or anything like that. You can still do amazing things, and you can still change people's lives for the better. It's always good to help other people, and for other people to see what you're going through, and whatever you're going through, that you're not alone. You're not alone in this world. And it's one thing about me is that how I was able to get over being paralyzed is I have a very good support system. I have parents and family who love me, and they keep me strong. They keep me going. They keep me, I definitely am blessed and fortunate for the people in my life that keep me going, you know. So I'm definitely thankful, and they definitely I'm definitely proud of the person that I am because of them. So they give me strength to keep on going. So I know it's hard. It's not an easy road. It's a long road. It's always gonna be tough. And for those who feel like they don't have anything to gain, or things like that, I mean, I get what you're going through, and it's gonna take a lot of time to process this. But I feel like people who are in my situation and people who are worse off than me, they still have purpose. They still have lives and things like that. The thing that they wanna do first is they wanna off themselves, because they have thoughts of, if I'm not doing anything, I'm really just here and existing. And that's basically their mindset, is that they feel that they're just they're not really living life. They're just existing in this one. But I'm here to tell you that it's a whole different thing when you believe and have faith and know that no matter what you're going through, that God is in control, and He won't put more on you than you can bear. He loves you, and just keep praying and knowing that I believe that one day I'm gonna be able to get up, get on my feet, and be able to walk. I believe that. I receive it, and I keep on saying every single day. I look at it like every day I feel like this is gonna be the day. You know, I just know in my heart that what I'm going through, keeping myself healthy, keeping myself, keeping a positive mindset, knowing that one day that this is gonna be it. This is gonna be the day that I'm gonna walk again. Always gotta have that mindset. Always gotta have that faith. Believe in yourself. Faith without works is dead. So just keep on working towards your goal, and don't let anything stop you. You're gonna have those days where you're down, where you're not feeling your best. Just understandable. You're gonna have days where you just don't want to be around anybody. You just want to keep to yourself. You want to keep on, if you want to mope, if you want to be sad, let out some aggression, things like that. It's okay. We're all human at the end of the day. Just don't let it take over. Don't let it take over your spirit and things like that, because the ones who love you the most are the ones that you're supposed to gravitate to, and not push them away. So just keep on praying, keep on having faith, and know that whatever you're going through, you're not alone. I always say there's always somebody out there that's worse than you. So be grateful for the things that you do have, and just believe in yourself, and it's gonna take some time and things like that. But I feel like don't go the selfish way and end up doing something to yourself that's gonna hurt your family and friends in the process. Be smart, be careful, and keep on living. Keep living your best life, because God's got you. And I know that you want to be able to think that there's nothing to believe in, but when you're in the situation, you're going through what you're going through, you're having those bad, rough days. End of the day, you gotta believe in something, and to not believe that there's not a higher power, it's just gonna tear you inside in the long run, to the point where you just feel like, I'm here, I'm in this state, I don't wanna be here anymore. So the first thing you think of is, you know, finding a way to end a very good thing that you're having for yourself. But never give up. Never give up, and just keep on being strong. Keep being strong and keep having, keep believing. Don't let nothing stop you from what you're doing as far as your goals and things like that. Because my family and everything that I've gone through, I know it's been tough and rough on them to see my family alone. I feel like when they look at me and they see me in this situation, they break down in tears. Some of them start crying. Some of them are not used to seeing me like this. Some of them still see me as, the little Marky Mark running around, all lovely and friendly, and, playing, having a good time and everything like that. But it's been hard on my family also, but my family has been strong because of it, and their strength and them being with me and supporting me is also one of the biggest reasons why I'm able to keep on going, because I know that down the road we're gonna have some good times, some good memories, and I definitely know that this is not gonna be what I accept. It's a long road. The doctor said it was gonna be a long road, so I know that the spinal cord, between your brain and your spinal cord, is probably the longest to heal. But I believe that without a shadow of doubt, that I'm gonna be up on my feet and I'm gonna be walking again. So definitely thankful for everything that I've done in my life and what I've accomplished. One of my biggest accomplishments was graduating high school. That was one of the biggest milestones that I wanted to do. I just have to thank my school nurse, Miss Hennings. She's a heaven sent, man. From the beginning of when, back in 2010 to 2000, 2013. She helped me graduate, and she was there helping the nurses, helping my main nurse to get me through one of the biggest challenges that I probably ever had to face, and that's actually going back to regular high school and being able to graduate with my peers. So that was a tough one because there was a couple of disability programs that they were thinking of me being participant of, and me probably you know being around people that were just like me. But I said no, I wanna be able to go back to school, be able to graduate, you know, and and that's exactly what I did. I went to went back to my old school, and I was able to accomplish a goal that not a lot of people who were like me wanted to do, as far as being able to say like, oh, I I probably don't want to do this because I'm this way or I'm that way, or people are gonna look at me different. People are gonna you know not be able to see like what I used to be as far as who I am as a person. So they have like situ they'll think of me and they'll immediately say that, oh, yeah, they feel bad for you, they feel sorry for you, and things like that. Meanwhile, there's some times that you're even doing better than someone who's up and walking, breathing on their own and things like that. But you just have those days where you're not feeling 100%, but you have other days where you're doing better than anybody else. But for the most part, for a fact that we're all human, we all go through those tough times, those struggles and everything like that. But you just gotta keep on pushing, and know that no matter what you're going through, you're gonna be it's all gonna be worth it, and it's all gonna be good in the long run. So just keep a positive attitude and just keep on being your best self. Don't let nobody tell you differently, because you're the reason why you are who you are, and you can take that and run with it. I feel like there's nothing you can't do. Nothing's impossible. All you gotta do is work hard at your goal, believe in yourself, don't let nothing come between you and what you plan on doing with your life, because you have as- you, you have a plan, you have a goal. Stick with it, keep going through the motions, and don't let nobody tell you what you can and cannot do. Because at the end of the day, you know who you are, and you know the type of person that you want to be. You know the type of person that is what you pretty much can accomplish for yourself, as far as being the person that you are. I feel like if you keep on doing the best that you can, you're gonna see the outcome is so much greater, and it's a true blessing. True blessing to know that this is what you want. This is what you want to accomplish, but don't let it bring you. Don't let it bring you down. Don't let it bring you down at all. Find a way to conquer and find a way to be able to see the better parts of you, because you're someone special. You're special, and you definitely have a lot going for yourself. Continue to pray, continue to be safe, because God loves you and so do I. So there's definitely a lot more that I could talk about, but I definitely one of the things that I wanted y'all to know about me, know about who I am as a person, know why I'm here as far as being motivated, and if I could inspire one person, I would definitely love to do that. If it's just one person that I can change someone's life for the better, it's exactly what I'm gonna do. And no matter what I do, just changing that one person's life, it definitely would have been worth it. So yeah. When it comes to being there for others, you just know that when you're there, you also have a responsibility for yourself to make sure that you make that person as comfortable, happy as possible. Because whatever you do in your life, it only takes just a little bit to say, yeah, I did that. And that was my living in the moment, right there. So keep on being your best self, and I hope you guys have a wonderful and blessed day.